How to Take Charge of Your Life, A User's Guide to NLP by Dr. Richard Bandler, Alessio Roberti, and Owen Fitzpatrick. Read by Owen Fitzpatrick. This book is dedicated to our families and friends for their advice, support, love, and encouragement. They make our freedom worthwhile. Introduction. There are hundreds of books published on NLP, but this and its sequel, The Ultimate Introduction to NLP, are the only ones that give you the chance to experience what it's like to be a fly on the wall at one of Dr. Richard Bandler's seminars. This book is a workshop between the covers. We call this book How to Take Charge of Your Life, The User's Guide to NLP, because through this story you get a real clear understanding of how you can use NLP to take charge of your life. As the characters apply the skills, so can you. The story is of a man named Joe who wants to break the chains of problems that he has in his life. His story is a story that many of us can relate to. The lessons he learns, we can apply ourselves to live the life we desire. These lessons are from a workshop that Joe attends, given by a man known around the world as the Einstein of the mind, Dr. Richard Bandler. In the early 1970s, Richard Bandler co-created the field of NLP, or Neuro-Linguistic Programming. By studying the most effective therapists at the time, it was possible to identify what made them effective at producing change in other people. Although traditional psychology has often focused on why people have problems, NLP came about by studying how people actually change, so that they can get the life that they want. This simple distinction has been one of the reasons NLP became a global phenomenon, and has been used by millions of people across the globe, including many celebrities, Olympic gold medalists, and billionaires. We have made the story of Joe as representative as possible of the many thousands of participants in courses that Richard and we have taught over the years. We have learned and applied the insights of Richard Bandler in both the corporate world and the field of psychotherapy with amazing results. We've had the privilege to teach NLP to more than 200,000 people so far, from more than 40 countries, helping them to improve their lives and their businesses. Our passion and the purpose of this book is to share with as many people as possible what we have learned so far. It has transformed our lives, and we want to help others do the same. Alessio Roberti and Owen Fitzpatrick. Chapter 1. A 3-day course in personal freedom. Joe picked up the leaflet from the kitchen table and skimmed it until something caught his attention. Most people end up having difficulties in their lives and limit how much joy they can have because the very way they think about things and the very beliefs they have prevent them from being able to achieve the best that life has to offer. He read the sentence again, this time slowly and more carefully. Being able to achieve the best that life has to offer. Was that not what everyone wanted? He wasn't convinced, however, that the way he thought about things made that much of a difference. Joe knew that his thoughts weren't always entirely positive. At the same time, he didn't believe that the way he thought about things could solve all his problems. One thing was for sure. Any positive change in his life would be very welcome right now. But just how could he make that happen? Then his eyes fell on another attention grabber. Act as if you're the controlling element of your life. When you do, you will be. While he wondered about the meaning of these words, he left the leaflet on the table and made his way up to bed. He pulled his exhausted body up the staircase and laid his head onto the soft pillow. He'd been looking forward to this moment all day, and yet for all the energy that had been zapped from him, running around the office and negotiating the ridiculous traffic, for all the weariness that another day had delivered, he was unable to fall asleep. Instead, he just stared at the ceiling, his mind consumed with worry. Stress, said his doctor, was the cause of his sleeping difficulties. Joe didn't doubt this. As he lay on his back facing the patchy grey ceiling above his bed, his mind turned to work. He immediately winced at the thought. Joe was a regional manager of a large firm, and he hated his job. He also disliked his boss, who just that day had dumped
Sample complete. Ready to continue?